Welcome everybody. As you can see, I'm still experimenting with music. Discovering new playlists on Pretzel Rocks. Don't know, how are you guys feeling? I feel like it's a bit too intense. You can see some people already in the chat. Welcome, welcome Aurora, we're Maddie, Bakani Moyu. Well, hello. Okay. Do you like the music or not? Doesn't give me the chill vibes that I usually go for. Maybe we can try this one. Hi Vignac, hello. I got a job as a 3D modeler, haha, awesome, that's amazing. Okay. Just a second, adjusting the music. That's more like it. How are you guys doing? Where's everybody from? Also, intro, obviously, Layla. My name is Layla, I'm a 3D caricature artist in the industry, and I sculpt here. Welcome for anyone who's new here. Today we'll continue working on this guy. I just love him. The concept is by Miro Petrov. Here I have the reference board, as always. Nothing was added to it, I don't think. Feel free to follow along or just watch and chill. And also feel free to drop any comments or questions in the chat. I'll do my best to answer them. Hello everyone, hi Libra. Hello, hello. Awesome, okay, so I think we can get started. Oh yeah, so you guys don't get weirded out what's happening here. So it's hard to tell. But it's actually a figurine of Coraline. If you guys have ever seen Coraline, the cartoon, she's sitting on my mic. Okay. Let's get into it, shall we? So I wanted to work on this lip area a bit more. Maybe add more wrinkles overall. His ears need a lot of love. Last stream we also started adding that edge effect to the leather, like that distress to the leather. Also his beard needs the same treatment as we did last time. So still a few things to do. I'm also considering giving him eyelashes even though they're not on the concept. I'll just keep it next to me for cross-reference. Let me know if the music is too loud, by the way. What's the best way to use damn standard brush? I keep giving dots instead of smooth stroke. Well, that's odd. By default, I shouldn't be doing that. If you messed with the settings, in that case, you can reset all brushes here. Oh, I can't see it because it's covered by my... Oh yeah. So if you hit all brushes, you can reset them here. Maybe it will help. If it doesn't, then it just is like that by default. You might need to mess around with these settings. I don't have that issue at the moment. What if I turn off these? Oh, you mean this one? Yeah, maybe Lazy Mouse and Relative could do the trick. I mean, it's still comprised of like lots of dots. They just sew on top of each other. You see it as a line. So in Stroke, Lazy Mouse, maybe play around with these ones, and Lazy Step will also determine, I think, how far away like the individual dots are. Let me play around with it. I'll just 0.5. Okay, try this. Yeah. So maybe try adjusting this one. 0.5. Okay, close enough. But yeah, this setting. Looking cute today, Layla. Thank you. I'm fine, thank you. Nice to know that Libra. Hey, Layla, how's it go? Hey, Houdini. Yeah, good. As always. Streaming on Monday morning. Great start to the day, to the week. How much deep anatomy knowledge should be known for stylized character? All of it, preferably. Yeah. Because I feel like the industry is slowly transitioning more into this semi-stylization. So it's not quite realism yet, but it's not like just cubes and spheres, obviously depending on where you want to work. But what I'm talking about is the popularity of shows like Love, Death and Robots. Or, what else would be a good thing to bring up? Yeah, sorry, can't bring up anything else at the top of my head, but like cinematics for games. They also use like a mixture of realism and stylization, and you do need to know good anatomy for those. Even for jobs that like Pixar and Disney, those people know what's up, what's under the skin. They know anatomy. Just because it's one of the fundamentals of knowing how the human or animal or any body works. I need to know that. You don't need to know everything like at the start of your career. Obviously, nobody gets their first job in the industry and they know all the anatomy parts unless they have like some sort of medical background. Then maybe. Usually people study anatomy as they go, like in their career, as they grow. What was I gonna do? Okay. File, lightbox. I wanted to bring back the brush from last time. In Slash, you can load up Slash 2, I believe. And that's what gives this really cool edge effect. Let's go back to layers. Okay, we'll keep it. Might be a bit too strong though. Maybe. Yeah, if you weren't here last stream, it's a trick that I picked up from ZBrush Summit 2017. Presentation on how Guerrilla Games, I believe, made the garments for Horizon Zero Dawn. An awesome game that I played last year, I believe, for the first time. Yeah, so this bow trick blew my mind, even though it's quite simple. Yep, so just going around like that. Oh, I like it. Can turn off the coloring for now. Awesome. Okay, Layla, can you model a model which is your beginner? Which is you beginner next time, please? ZBrush beginner. Well, okay. What would be considered ZBrush beginner? Like, a bust is already considered much simpler than a full character, and I recommend doing it if you just start out. Don't pick crazy concepts with thousands of details and then give up halfway through. And I'm not shaming people who do, because I was one of them. It's just too big of a task, and sometimes when you're just starting out, sure, you know the whole pipeline. Maybe somebody taught you, maybe at work, maybe a friend, maybe a course online, and you know everything from a ZBrush sphere to a fully rendered character. But it's really hard to keep it all inside of your head if it's your first or second or third character, right? You haven't done it enough times to not worry about like the workflow itself and just focus on the stage that you're working on. At least that's how I feel sometimes. I feel overwhelmed by the sheer amount of things I have to do to bring this blob of clay from looking ugly to looking pretty, and then retopology, UVs, texturing, yada yada yada. How did you learn how to sculpt? I recently lost my job and I would like to learn how to do this and start working in this sector. I'm really sorry to hear that. How you would start is by, I know, watching tutorials and picking stuff that you feel drawn to. If it's character art, then you're in the right place, because that's how I started learning. By watching tutorials and lots of streams of people that inspired me, namely Polygon, like Polygon but with an F at the start. He's a great guy, you can check him out. Lots of study material there. He does mostly stylized stuff, but it's what I was interested in. And then there was Olia Anufrieva, it's a Russian speaking channel. But she is also an amazing artist and she streams. So my point is, just find somebody that you admire. Maybe it's creatures, then maybe you can go and check out Pablo Munoz Gomez. He's one of the streamers here as well, I believe. Or streams here from time to time. Yeah. Basically find the person that you admire or their work that you admire and just try to implement it into your daily routine. or not daily, maybe weekly routine to watch their streams and maybe follow along. The way I learned, I would usually have ZBrush open and stream open on my other screen, or if you don't have another screen, maybe you have a laptop or an iPad or just a phone. Yeah, and you can follow along. Maybe doing your own thing and just listening to them speak and share their knowledge, like tips and tricks like these ones. Just like I said, I picked it up from a ZBrush Summit, which is just one big presentation from all the industry, like professionals. I aspire to be one of those speakers one day. Hey, you never know. Okay. Want to make it a bit sharper here. Mainly due to the shape language that this character should have from his design. He's a bit of a mischievous character from what I can tell by the concept. Maybe he doesn't have your best interest in mind. Maybe he's like this underground dealer, I don't know. Just speculating. So basically introducing more of a sharp lines into this concept, or his interpretation of a concept. Ooh, it's bright. Cool. And that's what I'm talking about, you know. This guy is comprised of triangles. You know, he's a triangle. Even this. It's kind of more of a... what do you call them? Diamonds? Shape, but lots of sharp angles. And the person who was drawing Miro Petrov, he knew what he was doing. You know, we're not supposed to trust this guy. So he will make sure to introduce as many sharp angles as he can. You know? So I'm trying to keep that in mind and make sure that those angles don't get lost in my 3D interpretation of the concept. Oh, here you go, even nostrils, oh my god. Hi Stefan. Inyak is asking, can you explain how you got your first job? Sure. It was a very boring story actually. Let me have a sip of my tea. Oh yeah, that's better. It was a graduation day from like graduation party from my college where I did my art degree at. And yeah, anyway, like lecturers invited industry people. I feel like it's a common practice in some countries. So if the lecturers, teachers, I don't know, of that university or college have connections, and they most probably do, they will invite those connections to graduation parties, because that's when people can get hired. And that's what happened to me. Got hired. They liked my portfolio that I worked on quite a bit. And it so happened that they needed an artist with that particular skill at the time. It was visual effects, and I had some in my portfolio. It was before I discovered ZBrush. I was into Houdini and doing simulations and stuff. And so my portfolio had a bit of that, and it had a bit of characters. And if you've been in the industry for a bit, you might know that Houdini artists still are very valuable because it's really hard to find them. Making sure nothing is intersecting too much. Okay. For beginner. Okay. Mordecai. Can you show what's new at 2024 version? Yeah, there are a few things. I'm not gonna cover them all. 2024 exclusives. That would be the not the array. Sorry. Repeat 2. So I haven't used that option yet, mainly due to it being used on a hard surface. So Slime Bridge was in 2023, wasn't it? Yeah, that was good. Then I've been using ZRemesher with the retry button and like the new options that they have. That was really cool. Masking. Adjust. No, sorry. Mask region. I've been using it heaps. Good stuff. What else? Inker brushes maybe had a bit of an improvement. Again, I'm not a tech person, but I would say I've seen them present that now it's a bit better at reading what you want to do with them. Oh, it's Inker's Classic. Now it's... Ooh, what's this? Yeah, it should be working, right? It's probably because I have a double-sided mesh that it's not doing so well. Fine. So Inker's brush. Oh, wow. Oh, is it because I have symmetry on? Yeah, so basically it should work. Maybe not on double-sided geometry. Unless you mask it to be that way. That's a bit odd. Yeah, basically they replace the old way of using transpose master and then doing this. As you can see, my transpose tool didn't catch the inside either. There's another way of doing it. It's just by drawing your good old mask and moving it. But yeah, Inker brushes are meant to replace it, and from what I can see, they did get some improvement. Because previously they wouldn't understand what area you were trying to focus on and they would grab the whole mesh. And right now they're a bit smarter. Yeah, as you can see. It's masking out this bit for you so you don't have to manually go in and mask it out. That would be a few from the top of my head. There is Michael Pavlovich. If you haven't checked out his channel or ArtStation already, he always does what's new in 2023, what's new in 2024. He's the guy to cover it all. I'm more of a, you know, a hobbyist, even though I work in the industry. Yeah. Don't know where I was going with this one. Basically, check out Michael Pavlovich's ArtStation, because that's where he has like all the links to it. But you can also check out his channel. Really good guy. Okay, so I'm just gonna break up some of this weird cross-hatching moment over there. What are we gonna focus on next? I've been wanting to do the beard and the lips. He still doesn't have teeth, like the upper teeth. That you use the most? Oh yeah. Well, that's what I use the most. I can do character in Maya, but ZBrush is hard for me. Okay, well, do you mean like box modeling? It's a bit of an old construct that I was taught, but it was taught by people who were like already in the industry for around 15 years at the time. It was already an old concept back then when I was taught it. In 2015. So I would suggest don't. If you can afford to have ZBrush, then give it a go. Not just saying it because we're on a ZBrush channel, but because it is an industry, well, how would I say it? An industry tool used by just hundreds of studios all around the world. And if you want to get the job as a prop, environment, or character artist, chances are ZBrush is gonna be one of the required softwares to know. Okay, why don't you want to do that? Oh yes, that was the improvement layer from last stream. I might keep it and just create a new one. Don't know. I'll decide later. Wait, let me note down all channels. Which one? When was that? Donna Urdinov. Who's that? Ooh. Is she a streamer too? Yeah, really good stuff. I like it. It looks like she streamed for ZBrush at some point. Hello, what brush were you using to create the edge of the hat? So, it's a brush that you can find in File, Lightbox Projects, then go to Brushes, and go to Slash, and then it's /2. And if you double click on it, it will appear, well, in your lineup of brushes. And depending on which direction you go with it, will give you a different result. So be mindful of that. Hello Karen. You got backface masking. Oh, is that why it was not working? Let's try it again. No. It still is not recognizing the back faces, regardless of whether I have it on or off. Is that what you meant? Oh. Sometimes it just doesn't get what I want. Oh, maybe because I misplace the dots. That might be why. Yeah, but usually it works. Can you show that portfolio of characters which you first got after graduation? I cannot, because it's been years. And my portfolio went through so much polish and through so much just stuff. Basically, my portfolio right now does not look like my portfolio 5 years ago when I got hired. 5.5 years ago. I can tell you that I had this guy in. So he was like sculpted in ZBrush, textured in Substance, and like look, depth, and hair was done in Houdini. And then I had a couple more Houdini projects that are no longer on my ArtStation because they don't represent what I want to do. I don't want to be a Houdini artist, not in a visual effects kind of way. It wasn't great, like some of my pieces were very outdated, and I'm not proud of them anymore. Like this one was one of them. It was like not really good quality. Frida Kahlo interpretation, but now when I look at it, oh my god, what happened with the lips? What happened with the whole stylized anatomy? What's happening with her neck? The gold materials don't look like gold. Lots of complaints. Yeah, some other stuff as well that is no longer there. I think I have more hidden artworks, like, you know, not published artworks that I just took down than I have published artworks. I have around 30 artworks just archived. Yeah, I'd say around 30. And the reason why I'm telling you that is when you're starting out, obviously don't do it. But as you grow and as you do more stuff, you should be a bit harsher with what you leave in your portfolio and what you don't, what you discard of. If it no longer represents your skill level, it should go. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Brocake Zone, sending smiley faces. Cute. ZBrush rocks. Thank you. Yeah, it does. Awesome. Thank you. You're welcome. Hi, Layla. Hello, Sheriff. How are you today? Okay, let's get his ears done somewhat. Got a bit of a weird ear structure because normally I would need this Y shape in here, right? This whole thing should be brought down, shouldn't it? But he is a goblin. They're not necessarily the smartest race, at least in like D&D community. Maybe they pierced the ear instead of the earlobe. They pierced it right here. Which is probably not really safe for your hearing anyway, or I don't know. Maybe he pierced it himself. As you can see me here, I'm just building up shapes with my clay buildup. Carving out shapes with my clay buildup, nothing fancy. People ask me what brushes do I use. Clay buildup. Move and Dem standard. There are some specific brushes here and there for certain occasions. But for 90% of my work, brushes that ship with ZBrush will suffice. Also trying not to smooth out everything all at once to retain some shapes. Got to go now, bye. We'll see you stream later. See ya. Bye bye. Good night. Amir saying hello, Layla. Hello, Amir. I saw Donna Urdinov channel. It's awesome. Cool. I don't know her, but I'll trust you on that. I've never watched her streams. Should be splitting a little bit. Oh. Not splitting, but have a bit of an indent here. Let's see before and after. Okay. It's a bit better. What is it looking like on the, at the back? Well, what software is this? ZBrush. What do you mean? Ooh. Somebody's saying something in another language. Korean? Czech language? Oh, they're saying hello. Hello to you too, Nado 3D. How to achieve riot style character art? Yeah. I wonder that too. I'm actually working on a character, not on a stream, but off stream. I can show you guys if you want, in sort of a riot style. A bit of an Apex, a bit of Overwatch, a bit of Riot. I feel like all of those game art styles, all similar to Riot's, kind of flow into one another. I know it's probably an insult to say to the art leads at those companies. But what I mean is, like, obviously they have their own distinct styles overall for games, but I feel like they've cross-influenced each other over the years. you know, like a less popular game, Smite, actually looks quite similar to what League of Legends is doing, or any other similar game to that. So it's not just Riot's style, maybe, that you need to be looking into if you want to achieve like a certain stylization. It's also a good idea to draw inspirations from other companies, other people. You never know what you might find. I'd say to achieve it, you would need to study the way the people there work. So go on LinkedIn and find like senior character artists at Riot Games, on like League of Legends. Was it Valorant? Was Valorant under Riot? Yeah, Riot Games. Find those people on ArtStation and LinkedIn and just observe and study their portfolios, because that's what I've been doing. I have a whole deck now of portfolios from different studios that I look up to, and I cross-check my work with them if I'm making something in a similar style. And I think this exercise I got from Anna Carolina Pereira. I'm so sorry for butchering your name if you're watching it in the future, Anna. But she had this exercise where you take your artwork once you're like, fully done with it. You lit it, you rendered it, like composited it, it's done. And you were aiming at like getting that Riot style, like you said. You were aiming for that style. So pick the artworks from ArtStation from the actual artists, or your references that you used, like the finished artworks that you look up to. Put them in a folder on your computer, and then sneakily put your artwork in there as well. But you shouldn't know in which order they go. Just drag and drop. And do it like with 20 artworks. And then one of them should be yours. And then just go through them, just one by one, look at them, and then at some point you'll get your artwork there, and something magical happens at that moment. It's weird, but you immediately see all the mistakes that you've made. Maybe not on like very base level, but like lighting, maybe contrast is too high, or maybe proportions are all out of whack. I don't know. It depends on where you are on your journey and what skills are you're lacking, But it's a really good exercise, and shout out to Anna for teaching it. I think it was part of her portfolio lecture. So I did that with Zeri. If you haven't seen, I recently posted Zeri, Spark of Zone character from League. She's a relatively new champion, but I really connected with her. So yeah. And I did the same exercise. I put her in a folder along with another 20 very talented artworks by very talented artists, and just scrolled through it. And few things were off, and I adjusted them. Here is the game model. So as you can see, she looks quite different, but I was aiming for more of an arcane style. And a little bit of a tutorial on how to get that rim lighting. Cool. So detailed. I love your work, Layla. Thank you. I recently started the project of a female model, not quite realistic, but with realistic anatomy. It's been challenging a bit, but I'm almost done with the body before I ZBrush. Okay, are you doing a block out? If it's a female model, not quite realistic, but with realistic anatomy. Because I was doing something similar, but also exaggerated for the sake of getting the style right. Because, you know, all the muscles are still there for my new project, but they're stylized in a way. Like proportions are stylized. Didn't actually show what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it on my Instagram, this time-lapse was also done in ZBrush. There are a few tutorials online that you can follow if you're interested. Or I can show you guys as well. So that's what I meant by realistic anatomy. Yada yada yada. More muscle groups. Here it is. I hope YouTube doesn't ban me for that. And if you guys want, I can show you how it's going. Artis, привет. Я не могу по-украински говорить, но могу по-русски. Amir, wow, nice art. Thank you. Mendoca, hi Brazil, hello. Welcome, welcome. Hey Layla, Gone Not Gone is asking, hey Layla, enjoying your stream. I've been learning concept art for environment design, although I'm considering on taking up caricature modeling. What's the usual turnaround time for your caricature models? Ooh, good question. Do you mean just for ZBrush high-res sculpting? That would be around 2 weeks of my downtime, so full-time on the weekends and maybe like an hour, 2 hours a day after work. Maybe not every single day, maybe like 4 days a week for 2 hours in the evening, maybe 1 hour in the morning. Like, it's really hard to judge, you know? Some weeks I'll have more energy because my life won't throw everything at me, and some weeks it will be hard. So I'd say around 2 weeks, yeah, but of my free time, not day to day. I don't do it 8 hours a day. Not my personal stuff. If I were to talk about time frames at work, I would be expected to give the first pass, like a block out, the first day. So something similar to what you saw in the time-lapse a minute ago. That would be the first day. The second day would be adjusting the proportions if the director or team lead has any notes, and then you move into like blending them all together, all those parts together, working on like stylization of anatomy, and then all the clothing, details, props that are on a character, they go as well. So maybe, yeah, again, a week for the first fully fleshed out pass. And it will depend on how long from there It will depend on whether you're working directly with the client or for the studio. Are you working for an outsourced studio like I do? It depends on how many rounds of feedback you get and how many times you need to address it, you know? I'm quite liking how this one's going. Could be more pushed out this way. That's the ear canal right there. Also, good on you for transitioning from environment design into character modeling. That must be a big jump for you. Sorry for the delayed response. My brain is like all over the place when I stream. Please show the character you're working. Can you make the Riot character on your next live stream, please? Well, I can't make the Riot character, right? Because I'm not working for Riot. I can make something inspired by it, if I'm inspired, right? Sure. The reason why I don't do very long-term projects anymore here is because they take a lot of time. And if I start a character on ZBrush Live, let's say with you guys from a sphere, I sculpt it for 2.5 hours, as long as I can. I usually stream for 2 hours here. Every 2 weeks. That means that for those 2 weeks, I can't touch the character. That means that this project will get done, I don't know, in a year's time. That's why I don't do it. Because I don't want to skip from character looking like nothing, like a potato, into looking like a fully fleshed out character, you know? I don't want you guys to miss out, so I mostly pick concepts that are like this, like busts. But sure, I'll show you. I hope loads. And that's her. She's bold right now. For a reason. I haven't moved into... Good one? Yeah. I haven't moved into the hair and such quite yet. I'll just move here. I don't know. So that's the soldier general lady. Really like the concept. It's by Hunter. What's your name, Hunter? Let me bring it up. I always credit my concept artists. Please do that too. If you ever pick a concept, by the way, got in touch with Hunter, asked him if I could use it. He said yes, obviously. He was also, coincidentally, a guy who worked on Zeri, the official model. I did not know that when I was picking his concept, and then I looked at his profile and there she was. No glory. So, yeah, this concept by Hunter Gage, I think. Really cool exploration. Really enjoyed it. Picked the main one. He gave me a green light to model it, and here she is currently. So I've gotten her quite far from where we started, as you can see. Yeah. It was just initial blockout, and then I readjusted a bunch of proportions. She's a very tall lady because of her heels, but also just generally she's got more of a superhero proportions. And if you Google superhero female proportions, you'll get what I mean. Usually comic artists would draw their female protagonists or antagonists a head higher than an average female, and same goes for males as well, just to convey how, you know, superhuman they are, you know. Thanks for sharing your timeline. Yeah, I understand the projects take time frames vary. Do you also work on Retopo? I do. And I do UVs and textures and shading, look dev, sometimes grooming. Yeah, lots of stuff. Oh, Reapers. Hello, hello. Yes, done is super. Hi, Libra, nice to have you again. I am back. Okay. People from Belgium in the chat. Awesome. Okay, so I'm not working on this character right now. Although I could. She's still very fresh and like raw. All of these plates are just dynameshed. Not very strong at hard surface, so that's why I picked this concept. I wanna practice it, get better. Yeah. This stuff was modeled in ZBrush though, so I'm confident I'll be able to do it. All this trimming that is on the concept that is golden was really fun to make in ZBrush as well. So yeah, overall having a lot of fun with this one. Okay, I was meaning to work on his beard. Let's save. Doesn't really matter which one. You can get like any of your hair brushes that you have, or you can even use the one that ships with ZBrush. It really does not matter. We're just trying to get some sort of shapes on here. Like you can use any of these really. Just trying to block out the clumps. You can create your own silhouette and turn it into a curved brush as well. This is cool. I think I'm gonna go with just flat tube kind of thing. And I might adjust the size ever so slightly. Cool. Oops. And I'll explain why I'm doing that in a second if you haven't seen the last stream. If you have, you should be getting where I'm going with this one. That's looking very good, Layla. Thank you, Sodix. Looks cool. Thank you. You're a cool artist, Layla. Thank you so much. These sort of comments make my day. Thank you. Are any of you guys working on anything? And where are you guys from as well? I can see that some of you are from Belgium. What was the other one? Brazil? Then someone was speaking Korean to me. And the person was speaking Ukrainian to me. I love it. It's probably my favorite part of streaming. Just talking to people from all over the world. I don't mean to sound old or anything, but it just messes with my mind a little bit. Because I grew up when landlines were like a big thing. And I would be on the phone with my friend who lived like 10 minutes away from me. And that was already like magic. I would be on the phone with her for hours. And we could talk without seeing each other. But now it's not a 10-minute away kind of thing. It's connecting with people from all over the world in different time zones, speaking different languages. Internet can be a beautiful thing, truly. From Mumbai, India, cool. From California, States, awesome. From Brazil, yay. Argentina, wow. Thank you guys, that's awesome. I'm from Moldova, if you didn't know, but I currently live in New Zealand. And if you don't know what Moldova is, that's fine. It's a teeny tiny country in between Ukraine and Romania. By the way, are you guys digging the lo-fi? Well, it's no lo-fi, it's chill guitar playlist that I have in the background today. Can you hear the music at all, by the way? Or is it too quiet because I can turn it up? Close to finishing my main portfolio bus. That's awesome. What are you making? Currently working on modular tiles for my portfolio. That's also awesome. Is it for the environment? Is it stylized? Is it realistic? Also, Ghanaian. That's in Africa. Man, so many people from so many countries. Awesome, that's you. You are cute. Thank you. I'm from Iran. Awesome. Hello, Iran. The playlist is cozy. Well, then I'm keeping it. I love the music. The music is cool. Cool. Then we might have found it. Have you ever listened to Paco de Lucia? No, what is it? Lucia? No, Spanish guitarist and composer, but it seems like it's something that I would listen to. Okay, I'll check him out after the stream. Chilling music suits your voice. Awesome. That's all I wanted to hear. Thank you guys. Yeah, the modular tiles are for environment, mix of stylized and realistic. Awesome. I wanna see it. Send me a DM on Instagram or something once you post it. Well, we can use these ones for now, I think. With hidden. Now let's add some more divisions. Full polygroup, polyloop. If you don't know what I'm doing, that's okay. It will make sense in a second. I'm just creating polygroups all around these big chunks up here. Kind of going vertically in the mesh. Now we can go into stroke, group functions, uncheck border and creased edges, and just frame mesh by polygroups. That's what you get. Now just either select a normal like circular or square brush. Maybe circular will do better. That's what it will do. Make sure to turn off the symmetry. Okay. Not bad at all. I think I used this one. Maybe last time. Something similar to it. I might turn off the size for now. We'll deal with it later. Oh. Good stuff. Good hidden. I just prefer to have them separate. Can I reconstruct? Oh yeah, I can. It's nice. Now we can just pinch the tips together. It's not doing what you want. You can mask out areas and pinch it like so. There you go. And hide some holes by turning on topological and backface masking. And after we're done with this one, let's turn off backface mask, and what we can do is just drag out strands here and there, you know, to break it up. The overall silhouette of the thing. It looks very groomed right now, you know. He's just been to a goblin barber. Needs to be less tamed. The way I see it. Plus it's only one side, we need to add the other. That will do for now. Kind of like a fast way to add hair to your character. You created the hairbrush? No, that one I bought for like $2. But it works with any hairbrush that you ever bought, really. This trick is universal. You can use the ones that ship with ZBrush as well. These ones, or these ones. Anything that creates a tube-like geometry, you can work with. The principle, like the trick is the same, no matter how you look at it. Some of these brushes, I have no idea where I got them from. Some of them have names at the top, so you can kind of see when I highlight them who made them. I use this one from time to time. Again, there are plenty of free resources online as well, so you don't necessarily need to spend money, plus you can just make your own if you want. And if you enjoy using it, you can even sell it on ArtStation Marketplace. That's where I get my brushes from. Oh. I'm gonna add a bit more to this area. How Slash would react. Oh my god. Yeah, not quite what I want. Maybe we should start introducing some asymmetry in here as well. He is one of the greatest Spanish guitar players of all time. Awesome. Yeah, I'll check him out. Ahoy Layla, awesome art. Thank you. Thank you, Enrique. Enrique? Thanks, yeah, I'll be able to share my tiles in about a month. Awesome. Please do. Do you use mouse and keyboard or Cintiq? It's not a Cintiq, it's a graphic tablet with a screen, but it's not by Wacom. It's by Huion. And yes, I don't know anyone who sculpts with a mouse. That's just punishing. If you do sculpt with a mouse, consider investing into a graphic tablet. It does not have to be big or fancy. And some people who use sell used ones on Facebook Marketplace, for instance, you can get a tablet for as cheap as $15. And usually it's like Wacom kind of quality tablet. So, good investment. I've used my Wacom Intuos something like a medium normal tablet for 10 years or so. Yeah, maybe for like 8 years. And then I switched to a big screen tablet. Just looking for happy accidents, so to speak. In these folds, I sometimes feel like listening to non-vocal soundtracks, just instrumentals, movie themes, game themes, anime themes. Yeah, that's me as well. I haven't been listening to any music with lyrics really recently. I get overwhelmed by music very easily. I prefer peace and quiet, so you can rarely see me wearing headphones. I have them like to the side of me. You guys can hear it as well, but I like don't actively listen to it. Very sensitive to sounds. Oh, nice colors. Thank you. Oh, you meant the... yeah. I threw them on in one of the first streams for this guy. I was not polished and I'm planning on redoing it. But yeah, the colors are from the concept. You can see up here. That's a clever trick. Thank you, Roger. Thanks for answering to my questions. You're welcome. Does polygon count show in ZBrush? Yeah, here it is. So total points is how many points I have in the whole file. And this is only on the subtool and only on this level. So if I go up, it should show me, yeah, it's 6.3 million currently just for this head. I should probably load my spotlight back. And asymmetry is a really good trick you can use to bring more life into your sculpts. Right now he's very symmetrical, so I'm planning on adding more life into him by just sculpting on one side and then the other without the symmetry turned on. And keeping it all in layers, you know, so I can adjust the intensity of it all. And yeah, usually by the end of it you have a more of a lifelike character than you did before. Obviously don't go too crazy. Unless he's got like a scar on half of his face, so you know. Then yeah, then you can. He's got like a tiny scar in this side that I actually should be adding about now. Here? I feel like Dora the Explorer asking you guys. Yeah, it's around here, I reckon. I could have overlaid it on top and made sure. But who wants to do that, right? Like, I'll need another subdivision level. I hope ZBrush won't break. Ugh. $5 million. Nah, it should be enough. Should be fine. There was an artist at 2023 ZBrush Summit that showed a character made only by mouse. Wow. From Blizzard, right? Oh. Yeah, that guy. Did he make it by mouse? Man, I applaud to that. But why would you? Why? Rakan Kamash in the Overwatch. Senior character artist at Overwatch Blizzard. Yeah, Rakan. I actually looked for his portfolio for that character that I showed you. Yeah, it was this one, wasn't it? Hilary. He was showing her off. Was she modeled by mouse? Yeah, really cool character. Yeah, I saved quite a few pieces from his art station to my reference board. Oh, please, ZBrush, don't crash. Crash. Let's save, shall we? Yeah, the last quote by him, I still remember that. I can model a character in 8,000 polygon in Maya. Do you... So, what does this have to do? Okay, so you can model character in 8000 polygon map. Well, that's a bit low res for nowadays standards. Well, it depends on where you work, right? On what you work for. If it's for mobile games, then I guess it will be fine. Right? Like a stylized small character. But 8000 polygons is usually not enough for... That's an interesting song. For animation production, like cinematics and stuff. Do I know baking? Yes, I do. Random question. I'm trying to import an OBJ file to ZBrush to edit, but it only lets me use the model as a repetitive shape for the brush. It's really weird. If anybody knows, please help. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Trying to burn an OBJ. Yeah, so you're trying to do this. I just saved, so I think it will be fine. Got a cylinder. Make sure to click Make Polymesh 3D. I think that's important. Then import. I'll try to find something like... Yeah, so I imported my mesh. Yeah, it should be fine now. But when you open up ZBrush, it might be different, right? Is it like... don't want to break anything. Let me save and I'll emulate the same thing that you're going for right now. Rakan Kamash works at Blizzard, uses mouse. I saw him on ZBrush Summit stream. Yeah, I saw him too. I'm saying that it's torture. Okay, so you just opened up and all you can do is do this, right? To clean it up, hit Ctrl N on your keyboard just to like clear canvas. So you drag it once and you go and click edit over here. And now it will stay in and it'll be okay. Let's switch to this material. At this point, you see it's white, it's not colored in. Usually polygroups are colored in. For primitives in ZBrush, I'm pretty sure you have to click Make Polymesh 3D to kind of make it editable. But if you're importing your own model, it might be fine. Yeah. So just drag it and then switch from like the drawing mode, because when you were like adding stuff on, you were in drawing mode, to edit mode. Okay, back to Goblin. I hope this helps. If it's a different problem, then please explain some more and I'll do my best. I've started out with Intuos 4 and eventually got a Cintiq. It was a drastic change, however. I've also shared conversations with other artists who went back to the Intuos for posture reasons. I also feel you can model well enough with the Intuos. Between the two, I think it's just preference on what's comfortable. I guess it comes down to how aware you are of your posture as well, because I'm very like fixated on the idea to keep my back straight. Well, I slouch from time to time, but I try not to do this, you know, not to like slouch over my screen tablet. It would also depend on which angle you have it set up. Mine is almost, I don't know, 75 degree. Exactly, Ilari. Crashed? No, I was explaining. Person was asking they were having this problem with drawing the object and it being like duplicated. And we all have been there. I just couldn't emulate it on my current save, so I had to get out of ZBrush, get back in. I know you need the layer to be turned on. Honestly, ZBrush, sometimes it can be a pain. Come on. Ugh. Slash brush, because I feel like it could help us. Brush slash here. Yeah, maybe just for the edges. So amazing details so far, Layla. Thanks for sharing your experience. Thank you, George. You're welcome. I'm always happy to be here. You know what I'm looking forward to, guys? Contest on ArtStation. It should be coming soon, like really soon. Usually announce it like the first stage in March or so, because it happens every half a year. I'd be very saddened if they don't. Their contests are awesome. A really cool way to grow in the industry and get feedback and just get discovered by other artists, connect with other artists. Just awesome. I'm gonna add like a meteor chunk in here. You know, maybe something similar on the side. You don't have to be exactly in the same spot. If you ever studied your own face or someone else's face, you will see so many different details of how asymmetrical our faces are. Like the corners of the lips might be slightly a bit off, or the nostrils. Is there a drawing pad you recommend for beginners? I could look on eBay. Yeah, just anything from Wacom, like Intuos series. I don't know what they're called anymore, but that's what I use. That's what I could recommend. Or if you have a higher budget than screen tablet, I'm using Huion Canvas. So, yeah. Wacom has been around for ages, so it kind of made itself known in the industry. But it's also why their prices are a bit higher than other competitors. They're kind of like Apple of the 3D/2D world industry. But then I've been using this Huion for the past year and I haven't had any problems with it. So yeah, maybe read some reviews online, pick one and then read reviews. Get the one with the warranty too. It's never a bad idea, right? Okay, see, it's on and off. I feel like I went a bit too intense over here. So what I could do, go to morph target, delete it, and store it again. Then, well, I had the morph target before. Usually you wouldn't have it, so just store it. Go to layers, activate it. Right. Let's turn off the color. Now BMJ will bring you to morph brush. That's what it looks like. Here, oh, you can barely see it because of my face, but it's here. It's morph brush. Now I can set the intensity to something like 8 and lightly go over here and erase some of the details that I find to be a bit too intense. Now save it, and it's more of a blend of what it would used to be and what it is now. Cool. Well, maybe what we could do is turn on poly paint and see what he looks like. Okay. Let's pick this dirty gray color. Fill it up. Oh, and then these things are meant to be metal. Teeth are meant to be way pinker than they are. Bacon, fill. Oh. Mhm. Oh no. What happened? Bacon. Oh, is it because I have spotlight projection? Yep. Yeah, let's just add a few color variations here and there. What was your favorite artwork when you made? What was your favorite artwork you made for the ArtStation contests? I made 3 so far, and I only finished 1. And it was my favorite. Coincidentally. It's this one. It was kind of like this craftsman who takes care of the soldier. It was a really cute character design and then backstory by Aaron. Well, I assume that might be their last name, but I don't know how to pronounce it, so just Aaron. Still, there are a few things that I could have done better, but I'm pretty proud of myself in the time frame that I had to create this one. I really enjoyed working on the soldier as well. Again, everything modeled in ZBrush, sculpted in ZBrush, apart from the cloth, like the drapery. It was all made in Marvelous. Really enjoyed working on him, and that's the concept. Oh yeah. Kuro-chan, hello, hello. Thank you for the wonderful information, much appreciated. You're welcome. Give him some funny glasses with a nose and mustache, just for fun. Well, that would take a while, and the stream is currently going to an end. Coming to an end, sorry. No, I don't think I can. Welcome to the stream though. Just kidding, okay. Hey Layla. Hey Prashan. Oh my god, that character is so cool. Thank you, thank you. Oh, cool craftsman. Thanks. Stunning. Oh, this is amazing. Identical to the concept art. Great job, Layla. This is super. Thank you guys. You're so cute. I was given, well, plenty of time, just like any other participant. So you can check out the art station contest from last year. There were so many cool entries, so much inspiration. Oh yeah, I forgot I wanted to add that edge thing as well to this piece. Okay, how many subdivision levels? Oh, none. Dynamic. Apply. Two segments. Okay. Same goes here. Dynamic, two subdivision levels, two segments. That should be enough. Maybe slightly bit thicker. Apply. Okay, that little thing might be interesting. Like we can develop that kind of rip in the lever a bit later. Maybe not today though. Okay. Something like that, and because it's on the layer, I can always control how much of this effect I'm gonna have. I can even invert it if I want. Why not? Maybe this much is fine. But yeah, I'd say he's pretty much done. Obviously more tertiary details are needed, secondary and tertiary. But the form is there. Maybe I would wanna tilt his eyes. Slightly bit higher. I'll show you what I mean. Like the corners of the eyes. Like this. This one down. But yeah, it's pretty much there. A bit more poly paint, a bit more refinement, and I think I'll call it done. Yeah, it will kill jobs. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it will kill jobs. I think it will be a tool that will be used by people to speed up their jobs, not fully replace them. So please don't spread misinformation. Unless you're 100% certain you have some sort of data to confirm that people are getting fired. Please don't say that, because I personally haven't experienced that in my company. No one has gotten fired or laid off due to AI. I hope you will still be streaming more stuff when you complete this project with the usual time on Sundays. The thing about that, quickly, so thank you guys for staying with me. I will be ending my stream soon. I have been thinking, currently my schedule doesn't quite line up with my sports schedule, you know, with how much I love sculpting and sitting in front of my computer for 10 hours a day. It's unhealthy, and you need to counterbalance it with sport. So I might be changing my streaming schedule. So please, if you aren't subscribed, maybe consider subscribing to me on Instagram or Telegram. I have both. So I will keep you updated there as in regards to the streaming times. Also, this guy needs a smile. Hey. Yeah, with that being said, I'll keep you guys updated, and thank you guys so much for watching, staying with me. My voice is a bit weird today, so I apologize if it's not as pleasant of an experience as always. Thank you so much for all of your compliments to my work. It's truly something that makes my day on Monday. Every time I look forward to it, to chatting to you all. Yeah, it was great fun. Thank you. And I'll see you next time. Not next week, I think the week after the next. And I might not be with the same guy again. I might just finish him and post him. You can see the final result on Instagram, probably. Maybe ArtStation. We'll see. Anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.